kitchen essentials, all from Amazon. I'm actually time for a breather. Let's get in the video. First up, we have a silicone popcorn popper. Now, this thing is definitely something I need in my kitchen because I have had me many a popcorn dinner. Love popcorn. It is one of my favorite salty snacks. And this, you just throw in your kernels, a little bit of oil, and then when it gets done popping, a little bit more oil, some salt, or whatever else you want to sprinkle on there. My favorite extra seasoning is definitely paprika. Try it out. But this is also collapsible, easy storage. The only thing that I really don't like about this is because it is collapsible, it's a little bit flimsy. So specifically when I go to wash it, it does take quite a while because there's like no structure to it, so you can't like scrub the inside of it. But that's minimal. Honestly, I only wash it once a week because I use it every single night. You put in like 2 tablespoons of your popcorn kernels, put it in the microwave for 3 minutes, boom, it's done. Wonderful. Don't have to worry about like all the extra additives that are in bag popcorn. Don't have to worry about any of the extra salt or fat either, so that's nice. Definitely a snack essential. Up next, we have some silicone baking sheets. I have had this specific set for years and years and years. They do color after a while. However, just because they're stained doesn't mean they're not clean. The non-stickiness of them has yet to wear away, so love that. I don't really like using a lot of aluminum foil. It's very wasteful and expensive at the end of the day. These ones especially fit on like an actual large cookie sheet. A lot of other sets out there are kind of for like the mini sheet, like the brownie pan sheet, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with that? No, I always prep all of my roasted veggies on these things. They're so easy. They also cool down quickly, which is nice if you're someone who likes taking things out of the oven and then setting them out and not really taking them off the tray for a while. The silicone helps everything to cool down so your food doesn't continue to cook. So that is also very nice. There's many of these different things out there. Love these. Never had any problems with them. No tearing. They're also sturdy enough to where you can pick the whole thing up off the tray with a bunch of food on it and it doesn't like fall all over the place. So definitely recommend. All right, up next are a set of tongs. Now, tongs are one of my most essential kitchen utensils. I cook pasta all the time, like spaghetti or like longer pasta. And I personally don't like the ladle that has like the little spokes or whatever on it that's specifically for pasta. It doesn't really stir anything that well, especially when I drain my pasta and then have to go mix in like a sauce or something with it. Tongs are definitely the way to go so you don't break up your pasta whilst you're mixing in. And then especially when it comes to frying like a patty or something like that, definitely need tongs, specifically with silicone tips. That way on my non-stick stuff, you don't scrape accidentally the bottom of it. So silicone tipped, definitely nice. This one specifically comes in 2 separate sizes, like as in lengths. I have tiny hands, okay? So I definitely prefer the smaller one for like my everyday cooking. The longer ones I reserve if I'm like frying something, like deep frying, like pot frying something. That way there's that extra length to stay away from the pot, you know? So definitely a bonus that these come in 2 separate sizes. Love that. I've also never had any sort of rusting or anything with these, which I have had with like way cheaper stainless steel ones. And I've had these for years, no issues cleaning them. Just a side note though, make sure when you're cleaning the inside portion, don't put your finger down in there because it can get caught and you can get cut. Most tongs have that issue. It's just like, make sure to keep it on your radar. This is definitely something I use on a weekly basis, especially for my meal prep. If you love this video, then please show me some love by clicking that subscribe button. Not only does it make sure you get more of the content you enjoy, it does help keep my dream alive. It takes a lot of time and energy in order to bring you a video every single week. So thank you so much for your support. Back to the video. All right, up next, we have a set of blender bottles. So like a protein shake bottle. These ones specifically have the little cup on the bottom of them. That way you can keep your protein powder dry while having the liquid in there, and then you can mix it whenever you want. These ones I like specifically because it has like a snap closing lid on them, and it actually snaps, like you can hear it close. I've had way too many dollar store blender bottles where, yeah, I think it's closed, like it feels tight, but it didn't give me any sort of like audible like closing at all. And then when I go and put it in my bag, it like either starts to leak or just fully opens altogether. Like I can't even. These ones stay super closed, and then also are not like the hardest thing to open either. These ones also come with like the little mixy ball doohickey thing, whatever it is, to help protein powders mix weeks in, but definitely way better than any of the other blender bottles out there for this price. Up next, we have a pepper mill. This one is specifically a shorter version than the majority on the market, where I keep my spices in my cabinet. It's like a lower level shelf in there, so I don't have room for this like tall thing, whatever. Even though they look fancy and cool, I just don't have the space for it. This one is perfect. It's not super tiny to where you need to like refill it once a week or anything. And like the actual grinder in it, I've had this for years. It has never crapped out on me, which I am super thankful for, because a lot of the peppercorns that come with the grinder attached and it's meant to be disposable, a lot of times the grinder will get stuck even before I'm done with like the whole bottle, which is just the most annoying thing in the world. Also, this one's just like a stainless steel, simple glass, very sleek design, easy to grip, especially even for my tiny hands. Definitely something I use every single day, and it looks pretty nice. Up next, we have a pair of kitchen scissors. Now, I did not grow up in a household that used any sort of scissors in the kitchen. That was more like either an office supply or a crafting material. I don't know if that's just me or just like the generation I'm from. Kitchen scissors just were not a thing. And I originally had bought these specifically for cutting herbs like chives and stuff like that, which I definitely do. However, I do still use them that way. However, I've just noticed that, especially that these are water resistant, if I take like crafting scissors or something like that, with the amount of like wet or frozen packages I'm opening again and again, those like normal scissors will definitely tend to rust. These ones definitely do not rust. I've had these for many years and they are just so nice. They have never dulled, despite the fact that I have never sharpened them. They also have like a pretty decent grip. Like I have some issues gripping stuff sometimes, especially if I'm like doing the same repetitive motion. Like my hand and fingers will get really tired. Again, it's just a black and a silver, like a classic color combo, never rusted. Definitely something I use pretty much every day. All right, and last up, we have a nifty little food scale. Now this one is definitely more on the smaller side, just for what I need. I'm one person over here. I do all my meal prep all at once, and I do like to weigh stuff. I definitely hate the English system. Like I would much rather know what like 100 grams of something is as opposed to using like a cup of something, especially when it comes to certain things where their serving sizes, you could only really tell based on their weight and not their volume, especially since I cook pasta a lot, specifically spaghetti. It's like, I don't know what like a fourth of a box is or whatever the weird serving size is. However, I know what 28 grams is because I have this here scale. So I've also spilled on this thing so many times and it has yet to crap out on me. I've also had this one for many years, never had to change the battery on it. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's magic. I have noticed a lot of recipes these days, especially if you get them from like the UK or something, they are actually in weight, not by volume, like a cup or a teaspoon or anything. So especially if you're someone who really wants to get into like different cultural foods and stuff like that, sometimes the recipes are gonna come in weight and not volume. So definitely something I would recommend. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you want to see another one of my Amazon shopping recommendation videos, just click the link here and I'll catch you next time. Bye.